Jenna Nena says, how long are you planning on living in it? What is the next project you're planning on doing for it?
So...
Next project is probably the sink.
Yeah.
For brushing your teeth. The teeth station.
It's also...
Little mirror.
The sink is really important because it's not going to be plumbing. It's going to be a tank of water. And
gravity plumbing.
It's a very important next project because right now it's kind of slowed down. We don't cook in here because if we cook, we're going to make dishes and then we're not going to be able to clean them. So that's our next big project in here because I would love to just be out here, cook breakfast in the morning, make dinner, eat it in here.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I feel like isn't really complete. And
it's true.
How long do we plan on living in here?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you at all.
You say at least until January 2016.
Yeah, at least
you've been saying
January.
that. I'm more loose, like whenever.
I mean, my life has had so many weird twists and turns since graduating college. Like, I had no idea where I was going to live each time. It was like a complete fluke that I even ended up on the West Coast. So, I don't know. We could have some crazy opportunity pop up. Or we could have a crazy opportunity here pop up and we'd stay longer. It's really hard to say. We have no specific plans for our living.
And another next project is landscaping. We're going to be doing a lot of landscaping coming up. A lot more outside surrounding things. Kim Adams says, when are you getting the wood-burning stove and do you have a smoke detector in the tiny heaven? No wood-burning stove. We're not sure about the wood-burning stove. We do not have a smoke detector.
But we bought one. So we have one ready to go if we ever have fires in here. Yeah. And we will install it.
Mary Carlone says, the bathroom. I want to know, how do you guys go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? You do know. And would it have cost that much more to have a bathroom like with a shower and a sink? It wasn't about the cost, it was more about the space. Because in order to do what we were doing, you only could have 120 square feet. You couldn't have any bigger than that. Allie's MacDo says, have you or Kevin ever fallen off the bed when sleeping? I don't see any railings.
It hasn't happened yet. I don't even feel like it's come close to happening.
It's not going to happen.
But one night Kevin did wake up because he was having a nightmare that I was trying to push him off.
I was saying, Kelly, don't push me off the bed. I think I was like...
reverting back to your childhood.
Reverting back to when me and Kelly shared a bunk bed or something. Lanush said, what felt the most rewarding out of all the things you did in the process of getting the tiny house to where it is today?
For me, it was the first night we spent in here. Because, like, secretly in the back of my mind, I know we'd built it. Like, I know it was okay, but, like, I thought maybe, like, the first night we sleep in it, it'll just fall apart on top of our head. Like, is this really a house? Did we really build this? Or is this, like, a toy? And then we slept in it and woke up, and I'm like, this is where we live now.
I think the most rewarding for me is when we actually moved the structure.
Oh, yeah.
When we moved it probably, like, 200 feet, and then just seeing it out in the middle of the field with the mountains behind it and everything. That was pretty rewarding. And then it was like, wow, we're really going to do it now. Crafty Girl 84. Love the name. What's the best part of living in the tiny house? The worst?
I would say the best part is I feel like I'm in the most perfect place for me to be creative. Like, it's just this cozy little coffee shop-like place. And that's where I love to write. And I just feel so comfortable in here. And then I have this awesome view of the Sierra Nevada mountains. I don't think I could ask for a better place to write and to work.
I would say the best is the ambience, the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's like, I love the way it looks. You can play some good music in here. You can feel like you're anywhere.
Worst?
What's the worst for you?
Probably at this point, the worst, which is not bad at all, is not having a bathroom. Like, I mean, I would love to, like, a bath or something. How nice would that be? Yeah. Like, to be able to, like, be in here and take a bath.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of miss the most about having a bathroom. But really not so bad.
Right now, the worst is the flies.
Oh, yeah, there must be, like, a tiny hole somewhere, because flies get in here.
I think we just leave the door open in the pasture. So we gotta figure out something to do about that. KT Rosemary, what's one of your guys' favorite moments from building the tiny house?
At the time, it was not a favorite moment, but, like, looking back on it, it's one of my favorite moments.
Oh my gosh.
Ukulele and guitar just fell. One of my favorite moments looking back is when we were building it, and the shed used to have barn doors on it that were super short. They were, like, how tall do you think they were? Like
5 feet.
Or 5 feet. So obviously that was too short, and we wanted glass doors. So we removed those doors, Let me tell you something if you don't know anything about Nevada. It never, ever rains here. Ever. By some miracle, if it rains, it is like the lightest sprinkle. But the day we removed the doors from the shed, it poured like we were in freaking Florida. It poured and it thundered and it lightning, and it was the biggest storm I've ever seen here. And we had just removed the doors. And so we had to scramble so fast. It happened so fast. We had to go grab a tarp and cover the door, and we were stuck inside because we had to hold it like shut and like anchor it down. And a ton of water got in, and I don't know, we were sitting out there for probably an hour just in chairs listening to the thunder and like the rain and the things like flapping in the wind. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to ruin the entire thing. And somehow we made it through the storm. And I remember like his little nephew was inside. He was so worried about us. But then I was really scared. But looking back, it was like kind of like a weird, rare moment. And we got to experience it in the tiny house.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite moments is probably surprising you with the paint.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I like that. Also, when we walked inside and tried to move the bricks and they just all fell apart. Because that was ridiculous. Meg Cat Mac says, what happens when you have to go to the washroom in the middle of the night? Do you always cook in the large house? It seems more to me like the little house is a bedroom that's outside. Did you guys decide to do it just to have your own space? Is it portable? Sorry for so many questions. I'm very curious about the setup, and I missed the vlogs where you guys started the project.
So we've answered some of them.
I think just one.
In the middle of the night, we go to the bathroom in the yard.
Do you always cook in the large house? Yes, always right now, because we don't have a sink.
For now, but kitchen is the next project.
It seems more to me like the little house is a bedroom that's outside. Did you guys decide to do it just to have your own space? We did decide to do it to have our own space, but it's not done yet, so we want it to be more functional as a standalone unit. We don't want it to be tied to the big house as much as it is right now. We understand that right now it is acting almost more of like a bedroom outside. Is it portable? Technically, yes. Technically, it meets trailer standards. We can put it on, if we can lift it, we can put it on a trailer and we can transport it.
When people say it kind of just seems like it's a bedroom and that's all, like it's so funny to me because I shared a bedroom with my brother growing up my entire life until like the last 2 years of high school. Like literally in high school I was sharing a room with my brother, and to me a bedroom was literally just a place to sleep. It was just a bed like in a room, and like that's how big it was for me. And so to me this is a house. Like I do work in here. I watch movies in here with Kevin. You know, like I can make tea in the morning here. Like I don't just sleep in here. And so to me it's already so much more than a bedroom. I don't know, like people grow up in different ways. Like sometimes people have really big bedrooms and they do lots of things in the bedroom. But for me it seems like so much more than just a place to sleep.
And we'll have a picnic table and stuff this summer out here, so we'll probably be doing a lot more barbecuing and stuff right outside the little house.
Yeah, I think this summer will really change things. We were talking about making a little deck, and I think we'll cook almost every night outside.
Yeah.
And it'll kind of extend the room that we have too.
Yeah. Yanlin Bernal says, can you describe how the kitchen is working out for you? What do you guys cook?
So like we said, we don't really cook anything yet.
Yeah, right now we just have 2 hot plates. So we can boil water. We can cook anything. I mean, the hot plates work exactly like an electric stove. It's just that it's more so the cleanup than the cooking right now. That's our biggest problem.
So stay tuned. We'll do another video once we finish the kitchen.
Sephiroth Genova Crescent says, why are you living in a shed? ?
I love that question because a lot of people, I feel like they say like, why are you living in a shed? And I've referred to it as a shed because that's what it used to be. It used to literally be a tuff shed that we converted. But sometimes I feel like people say shed to be like
condescending.
Yeah, or like to insult like where we live, like instead of calling it a house.
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that. Like I feel like it makes me happy.
It's
Is that a good enough answer?
It's convenient. It is rent-free. It is isolated. And it is beautiful.
Like, I literally think there will be a point in Kevin and I's relationship where we're living in a teepee in, like, the middle of the woods. So, like, I'm wondering what people are going to say then.
Majority of the world lives in a structure that's a similar size to this, so I mean, you can call it a shed, you can call it whatever you want, but I mean, as long as the people living in it are happy with it, then that's all that matters, really. Alright, Annie Wire says, what happens if you want to move? Would you take the tiny house with you and sort of disassemble it? Or is that completely impossible? Because if I had the tiny house, I would never want to leave it. I think we'll leave it here. I mean,